Yeah, a lot to talk about. But speaking of basketball, you mentioned WNBA champ, the great Asia Wilson. She was there one night in Miami to watch what we saw a historic all-time night by her man Bam Adebayo of the Miami Heat. 83 points. Yes, Bam Adebayo of all people scored 83 points in an NBA game, surpassing Kobe Bryant's record for the most points. Kobe had the second most highest points, which was 81. Bam Adebayo now has 83. Congratulations to Bam Adebayo. I never thought of all people him to do that, considering what he was coming out of college. You would expect 83, maybe from a Kevin Durant, a Luka, a Steph, Anthony Edwards, a prolific scorer, not Bam Adebayo. But big ups to him. He scored 31 points in the first quarter because a lot of people, I've been hearing a lot of stuff on social media downplaying, discounting his performance. Stop. He had to do it. Now you can say, well, it was against the Washington Wizards, but a lot of his star players on the Miami Heat roster did not play. He was able to score 31 points in the first quarter, which is the most points, 6 most points in a quarter. I believe Klay Thompson still has the record with 37. He scored over 60 points in 3 quarters.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to downplay it because of what? The competition against the Washington Wizards? Mind you, noticeable players on that Miami Heat's roster were not there. Okay?
Yeah.
I think Bam has gotten a lot of flack and criticism, and yes, because Kobe as well. Kobe, unfortunately, no longer here with the rest of us, and we still love and miss Kobe to this day. But look, records are meant to be broken. Bam did what he could. And for people trying to downplay or disregard what Bam did, I don't care if he went to the free throw line so many times. He did what he was supposed to do in that game, given the circumstances, regardless if it was the Washington Wizards, regardless of the competition. Hey, a lot of his players were not on that team, and he was able to deliver the goods. I will give a lot of credit to Bam Adebayo because, again, coming out of college, I didn't expect him to be this good, but he's proven. I mean, Bam could give you around 15, 16, 11 a game. Bam has been like the second best option for the Miami Heat team, alongside with Jimmy Butler at the time when they went to a couple of NBA Finals appearances, several Eastern Conference Finals appearances. Bam Adebayo has, over the years, has improved his game. He's improved his mid-range game and especially his three-point game. But because it's Bam Adebayo, because it's the style of play that he plays, somehow, some way we want to disregard or discount it. And I'm like, nah, don't do that. If to me it seems like it's because of who Bam the player is, and it's because of Kobe, of course, we just want to disregard it. Why do we have to do that? Why can't we just respect and witness history and just see it and just embrace it? Shout out to Bam Adebayo. I thought, given the circumstances, what he did was amazing. I don't think anyone should try to take away or discount his moment. And for those who do, shame on you. So, BRF for champ. Whoever wants to go.
Have to take this one first. Sorry, BRF. But I know you're gonna knock it out the water when you come even though you're going last. I'm convinced now more than ever. We don't watch sports for the love of the game anymore. We don't watch sports in order to see the sport, in order to enjoy it. We don't enjoy the moments. We don't watch for that anymore. We watch to criticize the hell out of it, especially in basketball. We watch because we want to criticize. I think Bam Adebayo's game is just the world of sports right now and the world in general in a microcosm. I want to whine and complain about something. The Wizards have not been that good this year. So if anybody would have had a chance everybody had a chance to do that. We blew them out the water by 30 when they came to Atlanta. We blew them out the water. We blew them out the water so bad, I left with 9 minutes left in the fourth quarter. I was at the game when Jonathan Kuminga had his debut. They reeled off 8 straight, by the way. Isn't it right, BRF? 8 straight?
Eight.
They've won 8 consecutive games.
Hawks are 8 in a
Exactly.
row, long as that the street in the league.
Yes, indeed. So I'm just convinced that we do not watch sports for the love of the game, for the love of the sports, to enjoy history, to do anything like that. We just want to criticize something. And look, even when Kobe broke the record, social media wasn't as out as it was right now. People were saying that him scoring 81 points was him being an indication of a ball hawk. Was the indication of him being a ball hawk. Excuse me. Same thing with Wilt Chamberlain. So we don't watch sports in order to enjoy the sport anymore. We don't watch it in order to see the highlights. We don't watch it in order to see history. Because if we did, that would have been a monumental night. So what? He stat padded. So did Russell Westbrook. You mean to tell me Russell Westbrook didn't stat pad when he had 3 years straight as far as the triple-double was concerned? Of course. He was going for the record. He even admitted it. But because we hadn't seen anything like that in a good while, as far as going for a triple-double the entire season since the great Oscar Robertson, we applauded it. Plus, Kevin Durant had just left. He had just left.
First year.
And everybody felt like that Kevin Durant had abandoned Westbrook. He was able to lead the league in a lot of statistical categories, average a triple-double and win the MVP. Got eliminated in the first round, but people was looking at that as a feat because he didn't have Kevin Durant anymore. He didn't have his second option anymore. He didn't have his tag team partner that he had for so many years. Remember, Durant was gone. Harden was gone. The big three of that era in OKC was gone. But we applauded it anyway, although we knew he was stat padded, because we had not seen anything like that in a long time. Let's just acknowledge the big old elephant in the room, the Dumbo drop in the room. Y'all ain't pissed off about the record being broken. Y'all pissed off about who broke the record. If Luka had broke that record, we'd have celebrated. If LeBron had broke that record, they would have turned up that damn GOAT talk times a million. Times a million.
Except Skip Bayless and Michael Jordan fans.
Skip Bayless.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying that's the truth. You know how Skip Bayless is and Stephen A. Smith. But to your point, Champ, yes, I just think people just hate on Bam Adebayo. And Bam Adebayo, if you watch his game over the years, from where he was in Kentucky to where he is now, he has improved, especially as a shooter. Because again, coming out of college, he wasn't that.
No.
I've watched Bam Adebayo from Kentucky. He's also, for those who may not know, he's a native of New Jersey. He's from Newark.
Okay.
So I like Bam Adebayo. I think he's a very underrated player, but we don't appreciate the moments. It's often said the messenger, not the message. I feel like it's just that situation. And again, with the Miami Heat, look, Norman Powell didn't play. Tyler Hero did not play.
Nope.
Andrew Wiggins did not play.
Nope.
Their rookie, Khalil Ware, did not play. And he was able to do that given the circumstances. But because it's who he is, and because it's not as exciting as a Luka, a Steph, a KD, a Devin Booker, or somebody like that, we want to discount it. We also want to discount it because, again, they feel like because he broke Kobe's record, Kobe fans, they're going to lose it. Look, just because Bam broke the record doesn't mean in any way that's an indication that he's better than Kobe. No, it just means that he just broke the record. Why can't we just respect and appreciate the moment? But when someone is gone, we want to give them their flowers. And that's what and that's what we've seen, champ. Why can't we just embrace greatness or embrace history? The moment is there. Why is it that we have to wait on the last minute and say, damn, that's one moment we could have cherished?
Yeah. And I agree. Look, I understand that Bam Adebayo is not exciting in the way that we would like. I understand he's not a wingman. He's not going to knock your socks off as far as scoring every single night. I understand. But history is history. And look, I'm going to just be real. I think him and Eric Spoelstra said it best. I'm not apologizing to anybody. If you're going to blame anybody, blame the coach of the Washington Wizards. They should have doubled him, and they should have stopped him. That's the thing. If you don't want me scoring 87 points, stop me. And I will gladly stop. Hell,
Remember
Larry
Cam
Bird.
Newton? Remember
Yeah.
Cam Newton? Remember what he said one time when he didn't like when the Tennessee Titans? You remember the game champ in which he scored a touchdown and the Tennessee Titans players, they were getting on him for dancing? Cam said it best. If you don't want me dancing,
Stop it. I mean,
don't let
that's the
me in.
thing. Don't let me in the end zone if you don't want me to celebrate. Stop me. And like I said, man, y'all want to be, like I said, it's sports fans. Y'all just want to be pissed off about something every single day. What's so funny about sports fans, and this is across the board, y'all will discredit somebody to death when it's somebody you don't particularly like. But for people who you like, you will move the damn goalpost to it's out of the damn stadium. You like a bad girlfriend. You always moving the goalposts. It's crazy. It's history. Enjoy it. We have got, my generation, we've got to see these games only 2 times in my lifetime. I've been on this earth for damn near 40 years. I only got to see 2 80-point games, and that was Bam and Kobe. 2 70-point games in the form of David Robinson and Devin Booker. When history happens, enjoy it. Soak it up. I understand that you may not particularly like Bam Adebayo. I understand that, hell, he might not even be the best player in his house. I understand. He might not even be the best player in his relationship. But let's just keep it all the
Did
way
you have
up.
to come on? Why?
I mean,
I mean,
Yeah,
look,
did you? Yeah,
look,
but yeah,
1,
but
2, 3,
the two
4,
things,
and then 3. So,
two things can be true.
I
Did you
mean,
had to bring up that moment? Why are you trying to discount Bam? Come
look,
on now.
like I said, I understand what people might say. I'm just repeating shit I hear on the internet. Just being honest.
So
This
you're the
is
big
he might
fella.
not even be the best player in basketball in his house. That might be Asia. But I'm just gonna be real. When history happens, it happens. It's history. And I was excited for Bam, man. You know, look, I understand we don't like it when the big guys get it. But it's still history nevertheless. And the thing is, look, give or take most points in NBA history, depending on if you're from this generation. If you hate old folks, you know, shout out to a lot of cats that we know. Depending on if you hate old folks or not, you might not want to count the Wilt. Now, history would say Wilt, but you know, if you only counting modern day times, then it's Bam, Kobe, David Robinson, Devin Booker, and then the list goes, and then Joel Embiid, and the list goes on and on. It's rare that we get these type of games. Enjoy it, sports fans, man. That's what we're here for. We're here to enjoy it. Enjoy it, soak it up. Because we may not ever get this level of basketball again, as far as guys like that scoring 83 points. I wanted to, look, I'm not going to lie. When he kept scoring, I wanted to see him go and break. I'm like, damn, I hope he get 90 and just go for the record of 100 points. I was hoping that he was going to get it. He had 70 with 9 minutes to go.
Mm-hmm.
So I was hoping that he kept damn scoring in order to break Wilt Chamberlain's record. I wanted him to go all out. When history like that happens, enjoy it. And yes, we've seen guys throughout history go for records. I never forget, and I ended on this note. Kevin McHale broke Jim Havlicek's record for the most points in a game for the Boston Celtics. And Bird told him, hey, stay in the game. Stay in the game, man. Go ahead and get as many points as you can. But Kevin McHale came on out. He said, okay. He said, look, hey, I'm just letting you know, when I get that hot, like you just got hot, I'm not stopping. And guess what? That record fell within 9 days. And everybody admitted it was okay for Kevin to have that record, but it was not okay for Larry Bird to be on that team, and Kevin McHale had that record. So he went for that record. Most points in a single game in Boston Celtics history. We all seen guys stat pad in order to get records, whether it be for the team, whether it be for scoring titles, whether it be for MVP, whether it be for triple doubles, whether it be for a bonus. We've seen it. So don't move the goalpost, man. Don't move the goalpost because Bam is not your cup of tea. Enjoy the history of the moment. We may not be able to see this ever again. Watch the sport to enjoy it, not just to have a BS critique of something.
Sadly, big fella, unfortunately, you know how it is. What have you always told me? Narrative.
Yep.
You told me. I mean, when you like someone and when you respect someone that much, you're gonna hold them to high regard. But when it's someone who has a great moment, you'll find any excuse whatsoever to tarnish it. And sadly, we're seeing it far too often nowadays.
Sad.
Yeah, it's sad. It's real sad. But BRF.
I've been wanting to talk about this. I've been really wanting to talk about this. I have seen some of the absolute dumbest commentaries I have ever seen in my life after Bam scoring 83. I saw one person have the nerve to say he should have took himself out in respect to Kobe Bryant. And I look at that person and I say, you think Kobe Bryant would have took himself out if he had a shot at 100 points in Wilt Chamberlain? Boy, you know what you can do. Really? That would have been a slap in the face, in my opinion, to Kobe Bryant if he didn't try to break that record. Mamba mentality. Kobe Bryant is one of the ultimate killers in the history of the NBA.
Please tell me Stephen A. Smith did not say that.
He did not say that, but I've literally seen it wasn't Stephen A. Oh, try me. We'd be lighting him up if it was Stephen A. Smith saying
like
this.
A Christmas tree.
No, we'd be lighting him up like a Christmas tree.
Well, there is another person with the initials JW, but
he wouldn't be that. Even he, I don't think, would be that stupid to say it. And y'all already know how I feel about him.
But we know how he is in terms of stupidity. But that's a story for another day.
That is a whole nother conversation. But like,
do some research to see what he did say, because I ain't heard from him in a couple of minutes.
Yeah, but another point I want to make. I love Kobe Bryant like the rest of them. He's one of the guys, like when you want to talk about my teenage years, my early adulthood, come on, man. Kobe Bryant is like one of the faces in terms of athletics, as far as like my childhood, my teenage years, my early adulthood. Kobe was one of those ones, and we all know this. But to my Kobe fans out there, you, in all respect to him, you are the last people I want to hear talk about efficiency. Y'all are the last ones I want to hear talk about efficiency. Granted, in that 81 game, you have that. Kobe Bryant shot 61% from the field that game. He went 28 of 46. He went like 18 and 20 from the free throw line. He had a really efficient night shooting the ball. Kobe Bryant's a 46% career shooter. Y'all are the last ones I want to hear talk about efficiency. Oh, well, he wasn't efficient like Kobe that game. Look here. Even in Kobe's retirement game where he scored the 60 points, he was, boy, you want to talk about one of the more inefficient games. Kobe, as good of a shooter he was inefficient. He was a high volume shooter, which in turn is going to make him inefficient because he's going to take a lot of shots. He's going to make a lot of shots, but he's going to miss a lot of shots. Y'all are the last ones I want to hear talk about efficiency. Like, I really don't want to hear it coming from y'all. Y'all can't move the goalposts like that, considering Kobe Bryant was not a 50% shooter for his career. And I get it. He's a shooting guard. So was Michael Jordan. He was a 50% shooter for his career. I know it's not the easiest thing to do, but let's talk about it. What people aren't giving Bam enough credit for, and PSP, you brought this up when you opened the segment, in terms of his improvement coming out of Kentucky, his early years in the league to where he is now. I think I was doing some research on Bam because I wanted to see his shooting percentages, like his advanced metrics and all that. From 10 to 16 feet, he is shooting this season the third highest clip of his career in terms of the 10 to 16 foot jump shot. He's shooting like 44% between 10 and 16 feet. It's like the third highest percentage of his career. So he is really making himself into a respectable mid-range shooter. And he had to kind of had to evolve with the times because like guys like Steph and Dirk, well, let's talk about from the big man perspective. With guys like Dirk, with guys like Karl Anthony Towns, who are bigs that can shoot and shoot efficiently from deep, a lot of these bigs kind of had to really like take it up a notch. You kind of had to evolve with the times, and you started to see that. And so, like, you're seeing like guys that normally wouldn't shoot threes all of a sudden have a jump shot. Andre Drummond, he was never known for his jump shot. All of a sudden, now he has a decent jump shot. That's why he's still in the league, because peak Andre Drummond might not make it in today's NBA. He's not an outside guy. He could be a Rudy Gobert type, but Andre Drummond took it upon himself to improve his outside shot. He's got a decent 3-point shot. And peak Andre Drummond with the Detroit Pistons, he was a rebounding machine. But I promise you, them shots weren't too far outside of the post. I promise you that much. Peak Andre Drummond. We got to give Bam Adebayo respect just as far as being a natural four. He is a natural four, playing in the 5, but he is a natural four. And being able to go out and have this type of game, I mean, even in 20 and 43 is still 45, 46% from the field. So it's not like it's a bad shooting night. 7 to 22 from 3. That's an average. That's still 32%. That's still an average. That's still like an average 3-point night. And the 36 of 43 from free throws. Y'all, Washington was hitting that man that night.
They were fouling him.
They were fouling him. They were hitting that man that night. Double, triple team. They were hitting that man that night. Some of y'all that were saying, "Oh, well, they were fouling. They were fouling. He could get the ball. They could get the ball back so he could score." Washington that night was hitting that man. I saw stills. I saw clips. Washington really were trying not to let that man score. And Champ brought it up. This man had 70 with 9 minutes to go in the game. He had 31 in the first quarter. I think he had like 52 at halftime. Like the man, he was on one. That's one of them nights you just chalk it up and you say, "Bam, you were on one that night." And I'm seeing a lot of this commentary, a lot of these people trying to knock this night down, and I'm like, no, you can't do that. Like, it's bad enough.
Did you hear what Ime Udoka had to say?
Yeah, I saw what Ime Udoka said. Basically chalking up to the fact that he was playing the Washington Wizards that night.
You fumbled me alone. Who are you to speak? I'm just being real. You talking about fumble job, and to piggyback on what Jensen Whitlock called it a disgrace to the NBA. So it's just like, stop trying to discredit something just because it's not your cup of tea. I understand.
Exactly.
It's kind of like scotch. It's an acquired taste. Bam is an acquired taste. And look, Look, let's just be real. He is an all-star,
Mm-hmm.
and he's a 2-time gold medalist.
Actually, you can make a case, champ. He could be in the Naismith Hall of Fame because remember, you have to take everything into consideration. Collegiate, professional, the Olympics. Bam has been to 3 All-Stars. He's been an NBA All Defensive First Team, a 4-time NBA All Defensive Second Team All SEC, SEC All Freshman Team. He's a McDonald's All American, North Carolina Mr. Basketball, and as you mentioned, 2 gold medals,
Yeah,
2020 in Tokyo and 2024 in Paris. So Naismith by the Naismith Hall of Fame, yeah, he may get in. Would it be surprising if he actually make the Hall of Fame? No, not at all. And again,
hell, Christian Laettner is in the Hall of Fame.
because of what he did at the university in Duke, and he was on that 1992 Dream Team. So, of course, you're going to get in. Derrick Rose, I believe he's going to go into the the Naismith Hall of Fame. Even though he didn't win a national championship at Memphis, he was there. And plus, he was the youngest to win the MVP. Because of
Yeah.
that, they had to change the rules. As you've mentioned multiple times on my pod, champ, the rules.
Yeah,
So, and again, what he meant to Chicago, Bam, I think it adds more to his legacy with this performance. People may discount it all they want because they'll look at the amount of free throws Bam, they were fouling him. And again, Bam, it's more impressive with Bam doing this, in my opinion, because of what he was coming out of college.
yes.
I didn't see this type of offensive bag from Bam. I'm not saying that Bam has a bag like Lucas, Steph, or anything like that. I'm not saying that. But if you look at what Bam was coming out of college to where he is now, you could see why you are so amazed and impressed with Bam. Is he the most exciting player to watch? No, but he's a very underrated player. He brings a lot of effort and energy. He's a very valuable piece to the Miami Heat organization. But it, like I've said before, champ, as you always tell me, narratives. Narratives. When you don't like, when someone has a great moment, for whatever reason, you will just discount it. Doesn't matter if you're a young head, doesn't matter if you're an old head. You will just find some way to take away that moment. And we see it often, whether young or old people. And we have to stop doing that because essentially, what does it say for any of us? If we want to sit there and take away a moment from somebody, regardless, what does it say about ourselves? But BRF, I know you have something to say.
Yeah, and yeah, and I kind of want to, and I want to add to it too. When you look at Bam Adebayo, it's a testament to his work ethic. The fact that over the years he's been able to develop the kind of offensive repertoire he actually does possess. Because right now he is the best player on that Miami Heat team. He's right now he is a guarantee. He's averaging 20 and 10 for the season on like 50-some% shooting from the field. I mean, he's having one of his better years because he's having to be looked at the best player. When you look at the moves Miami has made over the past year or so, notably getting rid of Jimmy Butler. So he's really had to kind of take that mantle and take that next step, step up to really be the guy of the Miami Heat, and he's been able to do that this season. So we really have to give him credit for from where he is right now, being able to develop his offensive bag. Because Bam Adebayo, in my opinion, over the last 10, 15 years, if you had a starting lineup of just all defense, he's got to be your start. He's got to be up there as far as like your starting four. I mean, the dude went like 4 or 5 years in a row, finishing top 5 in Defensive Player of the Year voting. I mean, the dude is that elite on the defensive side of the court. He's that elite. He's always been that good. That's one thing you will never question about Bam is his ability to play defense. Whether it's locking somebody up on the post, his rim protection, his defensive rebounding, he's one of the best to do it we've seen in a long time. So I love seeing this from him as far as like the all around game. But yeah, we got to stop knocking him. I mean, we got to stop and just. I'm seeing some of the commentaries like from ex-players and stuff like that. I'm like, yo, I understand it's Kobe. Y'all, I understand it's Kobe Bryant. We know what Kobe means to us as far as like his influence, like us growing up watching this man, the pain we felt when that day in January happened back in 2020. As a sports fan, we all felt it. If you didn't feel it, you don't have a heart, you don't have a soul as a sports fan if you didn't feel it. But at the same time, life gotta go on. Life has to go on, and you have to understand what Bam did was an amazing accomplishment, and he deserves all the praise for this. Because this is a power forward doing this, y'all. This ain't no perimeter guy. This ain't no wing guy. This isn't a guy he doesn't have like the Kyrie handles. He doesn't have the Devin Booker jump shot. He's not fluent like that. He's a power forward that has a decent mid-range game. He's got a really good post game, and he just and improved 3-point game. And he came out and he did what he needed to do for his team to win. Because it wasn't that they just scored 83 points. They ran the Washington Wizards out the building. And we got to stand another thing. Quit knocking the competition. These are all grown men getting paid to play. Anybody can get beat on any given night. There have been some upsets in the NBA over recent days where teams that had no business winning won some games. So we got to stop this whole competition thing because anybody can get beat on any given night, depending on your preparation and how you come out and execute. Bam Adebayo was on one last night, and he deserves his respect for this. And the fact that he even came out the next game and was able to put up 21 points after having an 83-point night, to come out and put up 21 after it. I mean, come on. Like, you're not going to ask someone to come out and even put up half of that. Just come out and have another good game, and that's exactly what he did. So he followed it up with a decent game. What more can you ask from him? Y'all quit knocking Bam just because he's not your favorite player's favorite player. Y'all got to let that go. Y'all got to let that go. Quit with these stupid commentaries, because I promise you, Kobe Bryant's not taking himself out of a situation like that with a record on the line. No athlete that has any amount of respect for the game and respect for himself is taking him out in a situation when there's an opportunity to set the record. Y'all need to let some of these stupid commentaries go. Y'all shouldn't have let it come out your mouth. Celebrate Bam, because we don't know when we're going to see something like this again. It might be a long time before we get another performance like this. 83 points. Man, we got stuff like this. You got to relish in the moment because you never know when it's going to come back. Appreciate Bam. Appreciate the fact that a natural power forward can go out. He's a career 16-point per game average score. And he came out and had a night like this. Put some respect on that man. Put some respect on that man and his game. He's one of the better players in the Eastern Conference. And he deserves respect. Y'all got to quit knocking Bam. Don't get mad just because it wasn't your favorite player. Let that man have his moment.
I'll continue saying this and saying this to the day I die. Big fella couldn't have said it any better. It's just narrative. When you like someone and when you respect someone so much, and when they do something so great, you have no problem singing their flowers. And that's fine. Give praise when it's due. But that should also apply to everyone else, even if you don't necessarily like them. That's all I'm saying. But we can't do that. Now, some people, when they have their moment, certain people we may not necessarily like. Hey, I mean, as Broad kind of as we always say, a dead clock is right twice a day. Bam Adebayo did something no one anticipated. He did it. He did it regardless of the competition. He did it, and again, key players were not there. Tyler Hero was not there. Andrew Wiggins was not there. Norman Powell was not there. Given the circumstances, what he was able to do. And for those who want to accuse him of stat padding, look, there have been other players in the past who've stat padded. We didn't discount them. So why are we going to hold that against Bam Adebayo? Just keep the same energy. It's really not hard. It's really not complicated. But unfortunately, we can't do that.